Look at your life right now. Take a hard, unforgiving look. Are you exactly where you thought you would be 5 years ago? If you are completely honest with yourself, the answer is no. You are stuck in a loop. You wake up tired. You look at a screen. You drag yourself to a reality you barely tolerate. You come home exhausted. You numb your brain with cheap entertainment. You go to sleep. Then you do it all over again. This is the silent trap of the modern world. It is built to keep you passive. It is built to keep you weak. It is built to rob you of your ambition. But you are listening to this because a part of you knows you were meant for more. Listen to me very closely. Your entire reality can change completely in just 90 days. That is right. Just 90 days. That is all it takes to completely rewrite the script of your life. In 3 short months, you can transform your physical body. You can transform your financial situation. You can transform the way the world respects you. Most people overestimate what they can do in a single weekend, but they wildly underestimate what they can achieve in 90 days of brutal, unbroken consistency. They think monumental success requires decades of slow, painful grinding. They believe building the edge that separates the elite from the average takes a lifetime of luck. It does not. It takes a concentrated window of absolute obsession. I have spent over 2 decades dissecting the minds of the top 1%, the peak performers, the stoic operators who quietly build empires while the rest of the world complains. I discovered a pattern, a very specific hidden pattern that every single high achiever follows. They do not rely on hope. They do not wait for the stars to align. They execute in aggressive 90-day sprints. They compress time. They manufacture their own momentum. In a few minutes, I am going to show you the exact daily system that makes this time compression possible. I am going to give you the precise blueprint to destroy your paralyzing habits and build a life of total, undeniable power. But first, you have to accept a harsh reality. The next 90 days are going to pass anyway. The clock is ticking right now. The calendar is moving forward. Time does not care about your excuses. Time does not care about your fatigue. Time does not care that life has been unfair to you. You can let these next 3 months slip through your fingers just like the last 3 months did. You can stay exactly where you are. Comfortable, frustrated, average, or you can draw a hard line in the sand right here. Right now, you can decide that the next 90 days will be the most violently productive period of your entire existence. You can decide to cut out the noise. You can decide to expect nothing but excellence from yourself. The choice is entirely yours. But understand this universal law. Nothing changes until your daily actions change. You cannot keep making the same weak decisions and expect extraordinary results. You need a hard reset. You need a focused, relentless 90-day window of isolation and pure execution. This is not about finding motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion sold to the weak. This is about building ironclad systems. Are you ready to stop drifting through your own life? Are you ready to look in the mirror 90 days from now and see an entirely different person? Good. Because what I am about to reveal will strip away your old identity. Pay close attention. Shut off your distractions. Your transformation begins today. Look at the people around you. Look at the masses. They are drifting. They are floating through time with no purpose, no plan, and no fire. They wake up, complain about their circumstances, and do absolutely nothing to fix them. They are living the exact same year 80 times in a row and calling it a life. Is that what you want? Is that the standard you have set for yourself? Right now, you are standing on a dangerous edge. The edge between the life you could have and the life you are currently settling for. Finding your true edge is not about feeling good. It is about waking up to the brutal reality of your own potential slipping away. Think about the pain of regret. Think about waking up exactly 1 year from today. You look in the same mirror. You see the same tired eyes. You have the same empty bank account. You have the same physical weakness. You carry the exact same mental fog. You are still making the exact same promises to yourself that you broke today. I will start tomorrow. I will get serious next week. I just need a break right now. These are the lies of the defeated. These are the whispers of a mind that has surrendered to comfort. Comfort is a silent killer. It wraps its arms around you. It tells you everything is fine. It slowly drains your ambition. It convinces you that scrolling on a screen is rest. It convinces you that watching other people build their empires is enough. It is not enough. You are watching your own life pass you by from the sidelines. The agony of the drift is that it does not hurt immediately. If you touch a hot stove, you pull your hand back instantly. But when you waste a day, nothing happens. When you waste a week, you do not feel the damage. When you waste a month, you just shrug it off. Then 10 years go by, and you look back with a crushing weight in your chest. The weight of unused potential. The weight of the person you could have been. That pain is heavy. That pain is permanent. The discipline required to change is hard. But the regret of staying the same is unbearable. You have a choice. You can choose the temporary pain of discipline right now, or you can choose the permanent agony of regret later. You cannot escape the pain. You can only choose which pain you want to endure. Why are you so afraid of suffering for your own success? Why are you so willing to suffer for a system that does not care about you, but you refuse to suffer for your own future? You bleed for a paycheck. You stress over a job. You give your prime years to someone else. But when it comes to your own 90-day plan, you say you are too tired. That ends today. The drift ends today. You have to feel disgusted with your current baseline. If you are not angry at your own complacency, you will never change. Anger is fuel. Disgust is fuel. Use it. Channel that frustration into a relentless, singular focus. You are about to step out of the drift. In the next few minutes, I am going to destroy the biggest lie you have been fed about success. The lie that keeps you trapped in this exact cycle. But first, you must admit that your current reality is broken. Admit it. Accept it. Now, let us fix it. You are waiting for a feeling. You are waiting for the perfect morning. You are waiting for the stars to align, for the coffee to kick in, for the sudden burst of energy that will finally make you act. You are waiting for motivation. Let me give you a brutal reality check. Motivation is a complete lie. It is a scam sold to the weak to keep them waiting. Forever. Motivation is just an emotion, and emotions are completely unreliable. They come and go like the wind. You feel motivated on a Sunday night after watching a video like this. You swear to yourself that Monday will be different. But when Monday morning hits, when the alarm screams at 5 in the morning, when it is freezing cold, when you are exhausted, where is your motivation then? It is gone. It vanished. The second things became difficult, you tell yourself you just need one more day of rest. You tell yourself you will start at the beginning of the month. You tell yourself you are just gathering information before taking the first step. These are not logical reasons. These are rationalizations of cowardice. If you only work when you feel motivated, you will never build anything of value. The highest performers in the world do not rely on motivation. They rely on systems. They rely on discipline. They rely on an unbreakable stoic routine. They do the hard work when they are tired. They do the hard work when they are stressed. They do the hard work when they are completely broken inside. Why? Because they understand the ultimate psychological truth of human behavior. Action creates emotion, not the other way around. You think you need to feel good to take action. That is entirely backward. You need to take action first, and then the feeling of accomplishment will follow. Motion creates emotion. When you force yourself to lift the weight, you feel energized after. When you force yourself to sit down and execute, you feel focused after. The action must come first. Always. Stop negotiating with your own mind. Your brain is wired for absolute comfort. It is designed to keep you safe, warm, and lazy. When you give yourself a choice, your brain will always choose the path of least resistance. It will choose the screen. It will choose the excuse. You have to remove the choice entirely. You have to build a framework so rigid that failure becomes mathematically impossible. In a short while, I am going to break down the exact 90-day system that removes all guesswork from your life. I will show you how to build an unstoppable machine out of your daily habits. But before you can build that system, you have to kill your excuses. You have to stop telling yourself that you need to be inspired. Inspiration is for amateurs. Professionals just wake up and go to work. They understand that the daily grind is not supposed to be entertaining. It is supposed to be hard. The difficulty is the entire point. The friction you feel is the exact resistance required to sharpen your edge. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be rich. Everyone would be strong. Everyone would be respected. But it is not easy, and that is your greatest advantage. Because while the rest of the world is waiting for a magical wave of motivation, you are going to execute coldly. You are going to execute systematically. You are going to stop trusting your feelings and start trusting your actions. Your feelings will lie to you. Your actions will build you. Are you ready to stop letting your emotions dictate your future? Are you ready to uncover the real reason your focus is constantly being hijacked? Because the truth behind your daily distraction is much darker than you think. Look around you. You think you are simply procrastinating. You think you just have a bad habit of wasting time. You are wrong. You are under active attack. Your attention is being stolen from you every single second of the day. The modern world is not designed to make you successful. It is engineered to make you addicted. It is engineered to keep you weak, docile, and completely dependent on cheap dopamine, every notification, every ping, every endless scroll. It is not an accident. It is a highly calculated system designed by the smartest engineers on the planet to hijack the reward center of your brain. They want you staring at a screen. They want you consuming instead of creating, because as long as you are distracted, you are not a threat to the top 1%. As long as you are numb, you will never build the edge required to break free from the bottom. Think about what happens when you wake up. What is the very first thing you do? You reach for your phone. Before your feet even touch the floor, you are flooding your brain with garbage. You are absorbing artificial stress. You are looking at other people living their lives. You are reading opinions from people who have achieved absolutely nothing. You start your day in a state of reaction instead of a state of execution. You give away your power before you even get out of bed. This constant flood of cheap comfort paralyzes your natural drive to conquer. Your brain is naturally wired to hunt. It is wired to solve complex problems. It is wired to endure hardship in exchange for a massive hard-earned reward. But when you give it artificial satisfaction every 3 minutes, that primal drive dies. You kill your own ambition with every scroll. Why would your brain push you to build an empire, train your body to failure, or study for 3 solid hours? It will not do the hard work. when it can get a fake sense of achievement from a brightly colored application. Your biological operating system has been hacked. You have been turned into a passive spectator in the arena of your own life. And it is not just the digital world. It is the physical environment. It is the people you surround yourself with on a daily basis. Take a hard look at your inner circle. Are they talking about legacy, execution, and 90-day plans? Or are they gossiping, complaining about the economy, and dragging you down to their baseline of mediocrity? Low-level people absolutely hate to see you elevate. When you start demanding excellence from yourself, it makes them deeply uncomfortable. It forces them to look at their own wasted potential. So what do? They pull you back down. They will tell you to relax. They will offer you a cheap distraction, an excuse to break your discipline. They are anchors tied to your ankles while you are trying to swim to the surface. You cannot carry dead weight and expect to win. You cannot build an ironclad mindset while absorbing weak habits from average people. In a few moments, I am going to show you exactly how to cut these anchors. I will reveal the 90-day isolation protocol, the exact framework to detox your mind, eliminate the parasites, and rebuild an unbreakable focus. But first, you have to acknowledge the poison you are consuming. Are you willing to starve your distractions to feed your focus? Because the solution requires a level of ruthlessness you have never tapped into before. This is where the game completely changes. You understand the pain. You understand the trap. You understand the poison attacking your focus. Now you need the cure. You need the absolute, undeniable framework that guarantees your success over the next 90 days. This is the EDGE framework. It is not a gentle suggestion. It is a brutal mathematical certainty. It is built on one core philosophy: ruthless consistency through controlled isolation. To rebuild yourself, you must first disappear. You are entering the isolation phase. For the next 90 days, you are no longer available for meaningless distractions. You are no longer available for weekend gossip. You are no longer available for people who drain your energy. You are going dark. You are cutting the anchor. This is not punishment. This is power. You are reclaiming your time, your focus, and your ultimate potential. When you isolate yourself from the noise of the world, your internal voice finally becomes loud enough to hear. Your goals shift from vague wishes to burning obsessions. But obsession without structure is just chaos. You cannot just work hard and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy. You must break down your massive, overwhelming ambitions into daily, surgical strikes. This is how you make failure mathematically impossible. We start with the 90-day target. You must define exactly one primary objective. Just one, not 5, not 10. One single dominating goal that will dramatically alter your trajectory. It must be specific. It must be measurable. It must be achievable. It must be relevant. It must have a hard, unforgiving deadline of exactly 90 days. Do not say, I want to get in shape. Say, I will lose exactly 15 pounds of body fat and deadlift 300 pounds by day 90. Do not say, I want to grow my channel. Say, I will publish 12 high retention videos and gain 10,000 subscribers by day 90. Clarity is power. Vagueness is the enemy of execution. Once your 90-day target is locked in, you smash it into 12 weekly milestones. What exactly must be completed by the end of week 1? Week 2? Week 12? These weekly milestones are your non-negotiable contracts with yourself. You do not sleep on Sunday night until that week's milestone is destroyed. But even a week is too long. The brain needs immediate daily parameters. So you take your weekly milestone and fracture it into daily microscopic actions. This is the secret weapon of the elite. They do not stare at the summit of the mountain. They stare at the ground directly in front of their boots. They focus entirely on the next perfect step. You execute the daily action, no matter how small, with absolute, terrifying precision. When you strip away the emotion, the fatigue, and the doubt, what is left? Just the work, just the math. If you execute the daily action, you hit the weekly milestone. If you hit the weekly milestone, you achieve the 90-day target. It is a flawless, undeniable equation. In the next section, I am going to give you the exact daily mechanics to plug into this framework. I will hand you the exact morning routine, the productivity laws, and the specific daily habits you will execute without fail. You will learn how to extract maximum output from every single hour. But before we get into the tactical execution, you must commit to the framework. You must commit to isolation. Are you willing to disappear for 90 days to meet the person you are destined to become? Welcome to the mechanics of your new reality. The philosophy is locked in. Now, we execute. This is the exact point where the dreamers give up and the operators take over. This is the exact daily blueprint that builds the edge. Motivation is not a feeling. It is the brutal, repetitive execution of these specific mechanics. If you want to command respect, you must master your daily actions. Rule number 1, the morning power hour. You wake up exactly 60 minutes earlier than you do right now. No snoozing, no negotiating with the pillow. When the alarm hits, your feet hit the floor. You do not touch your phone. You do not look at the news. You do not let the outside world infect your brain. You own this hour. Spend the first 20 minutes pushing your physical limits. Drop to the floor and do push-ups. Sprint in the cold. Force blood to your brain. Wake up your nervous system through physical stress. Spend the next 20 minutes sharpening your mind. Read 10 pages of a book that makes you dangerous. Study the greats. Spend the final 20 minutes planning your attack. Write down your top 3 targets for the day. You do not start your day until those targets are clearly defined. Rule number 2, the rule of 5. Every single day for the next 90 days, you execute exactly 5 micro actions that directly advance your primary target. I do not care how tired you are. I do not care how busy your day was. You write the script, you make the call, you study the data, you send the email, you lift the weight. 5 actions a day, 35 actions a week, 450 actions in 90 days. You cannot take 450 targeted shots and miss. The math refuses to let you fail. Success becomes a mathematical certainty. Rule number 3, single handling. Multitasking is a disease. It is a lie invented to make average people feel productive. You are not average. You are a sniper. You pick your most critical task. You turn off every notification. You close the door and lock yourself in a quiet room. You do absolutely nothing else until that task is completely destroyed, unbroken, singular focus on one objective. This habit alone will multiply your output overnight. Rule number 4, the 1 extra hour principle. When the world stops, you keep going. When your competitors clock out and turn on the television, you stay at the desk. You give your target 1 extra hour of deep, uninterrupted work every single day. 1 hour a day is 90 hours of compounded advantage over your competition. That is over 2 full work weeks of pure, unmatched execution while everyone else is relaxing. This is how you compress decades into days. This is how you build a gap between you and the rest of society that they can never close. These are the mechanics. They are simple, but they are completely brutal. They require a level of discipline most people will never understand. But you have the blueprint now. You have the daily steps. However, none of this matters if you cannot survive the final test. In a few moments, I am going to give you the ultimate ultimatum. I am going to reveal the final psychological trigger that will permanently sever your ties to your old life. You know what to do, but are you actually going to do it? Get ready, because the next words you hear will force a final decision. This is the end of the theory. This is the end of the information gathering. You have the blueprint. You have the daily mechanics. You know exactly what is destroying your focus and exactly how to take it back. There is nothing left to learn. There is only work. Look at your hands. Look at the device you are holding right now. This device is either a tool for your absolute liberation or a digital prison that will keep you broke, weak, and forgotten. In exactly 90 days, you will arrive at a destination. That is a biological fact. The sun will rise and set 90 times. The calendar will turn. The clock will not stop for you. The question is, who will you be when that 90th day arrives? Will you be the exact same person? Will you still be complaining about your circumstances? Will you still be making excuses about your lack of time, your lack of money, your lack of energy? Will you look in the mirror and feel that same crushing weight of regret? Or will you be completely unrecognizable? Will you be a weapon of execution? Will you possess a mind so sharp and a discipline so ruthless that the people who knew you yesterday do not even recognize you tomorrow? Imagine day 90. Imagine walking into a room and knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you outworked every single person in it. Imagine the quiet confidence of a person who actually keeps the promises they make to themselves. Imagine looking at your reality and knowing you engineered it all with your own 2 hands. That reality is waiting for you, but it demands a massive sacrifice. It demands the death of your comfort zone. It demands the absolute destruction of your excuses. It demands that you stop acting like a victim of your circumstances and start acting like the architect of your future. The choice is sitting right in front of you. It is not a choice you make tomorrow morning. It is a choice you make right this exact second. Tomorrow is a lie. Next week is a trap. Next month is a graveyard of broken promises. There is only right now. You have consumed enough content. You have watched enough videos of other people winning. It is time to build your own empire. The world does not care about your feelings. The world only respects your results. If you want the respect, you have to bleed for the results. You have to suffer through the early mornings. You have to suffer through the isolation. You have to execute the daily actions when every single cell in your body is screaming at you to quit. You do not negotiate with weakness. You crush it. You lock yourself in a room and you do not come out until the work is done. 90 days of pure, unadulterated execution. 90 days to rewrite your history. 90 days to claim the life you actually deserve. This is your ultimatum. You can close this video, open another app, and go right back to sleepwalking through your existence. Or you can make a decision that echoes in eternity. You can put a permanent end to your old identity. You can step into the arena. You can build a life fueled by pure, undeniable edge motivation. The clock is ticking. The 90 days begin the exact second this screen goes black. Stop watching. Put the phone down. Get to work.